Welcome back to the latest episode of The Future of Automotive on CBT News, where we put recent automotive and mobility news into the context of the broader thematic areas impacting the industry. I'm Steve Greenfield from Automotive Ventures, and I'm glad that you could join us. I don't believe that anyone has ever accused Elon Musk of not thinking big. This is the man who's in the process of launching 700 microsatellites into Earth's orbit to provide its inhabitants with low-cost and unfettered internet access for all. He wants to bore tunnels under the Earth to alleviate traffic congestion. He wants to embed computers into our brains to augment human intelligence. Musk aims to take us to Mars and plans to make the human race interplanetary. And Tesla and his solar initiatives are part of a master plan that envisions the creation of sustainable energy on Earth. I don't think that anyone could possibly accuse the man of not thinking big. But as this year has played out, it's also being revealed just how much of a keen business strategist he is. Threatened by legacy automakers like Ford and GM bringing dozens of new EV models to market, Tesla has been exploiting his industry-leading profit margins with multiple aggressive price reductions this year with the intent of disrupting retail pricing of EVs across the category and squeezing competitors' profits. When you have companies like Ford losing billions of dollars across their EV division, it's got to be scary having to compete with a highly profitable company like Tesla that can drop prices dramatically, all but eliminating any hope of delivering profit from selling EVs into the future. In China, where there is a much greater supply and demand for EVs, Tesla has been disrupting the market by giving 50% discounts on its cars. This has led to a major price war in the Chinese market and caused other EV makers to change their pricing strategies. And over the past 2 weeks, we have seen another competitive lever that he can pull to drive adoption of the Tesla charging network, effectively turning their massive supercharger network into a source of competitive advantage. But let's take a step back for a second. When Tesla announced last year it would share its EV charging connector design to encourage automakers to adopt the technology and help make it the new standard in North America, few, if any, predicted competitors would bite. Now it seems that the Tesla standard, dubbed the North American Charging Standard, or NACS, may be quickly moving towards becoming the industry standard. According to JD Power, 21% of EV owners who attempted to charge at a public charging station in the first 3 months of 2023 were unable to do so. The number is up dramatically from 15% in 2021. The failure rate stems from a range of problems, such as broken displays, software bugs, severed power cords, or drivers hogging charging spots. Juxtapose this against the Tesla supercharger network, just 4% of Tesla owners reported charging failure during the first 3 months of 2023. And there's a reason for this. It's the only public charging network that's built, owned, and operated by a major automaker. At present, two main types of EV charging plugs exist: Tesla's NACS standard and the combined charging system, or CCS, used by nearly every other automaker. Tesla has built out their network of roughly 17,000 fast chargers called superchargers, which are only accessible to vehicles with the NACS standard. The quality of Tesla's charging system, from the size and weight of the charging cables to the quality of the supercharging stations to the ease of payment, has been a key strategic puzzle piece that has helped propel Tesla to become the #1 seller of EVs. 4 months ago, the US was heading down the path of the CCS standard being the only one eligible for federal funding. EV chargers built with funds from the $5 billion National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Formula Program had to have a CCS connector. As of June 9th, the White House said that EV charging stations using Tesla's standard plugs would now be eligible for billions of dollars in federal subsidies. But they must include the combined charging system adapter to qualify. By making its stations into public charging points, Tesla will qualify for approximately $5 billion in federal funding, marked for public charging infrastructure, part of the broader White House attempt to build and deploy 500,000 EV chargers. Recent news that both GM and Ford will conform to the Tesla charging standard means that the rest of the auto industry may be forced to follow suit. If so, it would provide a major victory to Tesla, who would be assured a new and guaranteed revenue stream for years to come. Tesla's new supercharging strategy allows the company to make money off its competitors' customers by collecting charging fees from them. Prices vary by region, time of day, and whether an EV was made by Tesla, but it generally costs between $10 and $30 to charge up a car. It's not yet clear which other automakers might join Ford and GM, but apparently Stellantis is evaluating a switch over as well. One potential downside to Tesla's newly invigorated charging strategy is that its own customers will have to share supercharger custody with other EV drivers. Musk vowed that his chargers will not discriminate between Tesla vehicles and those of other manufacturers. Tesla understood the importance of a charging network earlier and more fully than incumbent manufacturers. They got in early, and they were willing to spend billions of dollars to build a dominant network. All of this news has me thinking about standards, how they're established, and how standard wars have been won in the past. If we look back at history and see what we can learn about the business strategy that Tesla is likely executing to win in the EV charging standard wars. From a strategy standpoint, Tesla is looking a bit like Apple when it set up its App Store, positioning itself as a middleman between app developers and their own customers. A product displays positive network effects when the more usage of the product by any user increases the product's value for other users and sometimes all users. A great example is Apple, that has executed a powerful network effect that builds its success and products on top of it. If there is a large market population of owners of Apple devices, there is more value for app developers to invest and concentrate on iOS apps. A greater number of developers means statistically better made apps and more variety, which increases the value of owning an iOS device to be able to use these apps. This creates a symbiotic relationship between the app developers and Apple's customers. Across many industries, we've witnessed intense standard wars playing out. Remember, Microsoft Excel versus Lotus 123, Microsoft Word over WordPerfect, Internet Explorer over Netscape, and even Betamax versus VHS. Reflecting on these, the best technology doesn't always win, but it's the competitor who can drive the strongest network effects. Surely Elon Musk is a few steps of all of us and has studied these historical cases. What would he have learned from these historical standard wars? First, network markets tend to tip towards the leading player unless the other players coordinate to act quickly and decisively. Second, a large buyer, in this case the US government, can have more influence than suppliers in tipping that balance. Third, customer expectations can easily become self-fulfilling in standard battles. Fourth, sometimes first mover advantage does indeed matter. Tesla built the largest and most dependable network despite the massive amount of effort and cost to do so. Fifth, those left with less popular technology will find a way to cut their losses either by employing adapters or by writing off existing assets and joining the bandwagon. And finally, adapters can be the salvation of the losing technology and can help to ultimately diffuse a standards war. By allowing cars equipped with the popular CCS standard to use an adapter for compatibility, it dulls any resistance to change. In their seminal work called The Art of Standard Wars, authors Carl Shapiro and Hal Varian noted that your ability to successfully wage a standards war depends on your ownership of 7 key assets. 1, control over an installed base of users. 2, intellectual property rights. 3, the ability to innovate. 4, first mover advantage. 5, manufacturing capabilities. 6, strength in complements. And 7, brand name and reputation. Not surprisingly, Tesla seems to have checked all 7 boxes. Let's never discount Elon Musk as a strategist. Clearly, he's done his homework. It appears that Tesla has orchestrated the pieces on the chessboard to win this war. So with that, let's transition to our companies to watch. Every week, we highlight interesting companies in the automotive technology space to keep an eye on. If you read my monthly industry intel report, I showcase a few companies each week, and we take the opportunity here on this segment to share those companies with you. Today, we have two companies to watch, Emo Energy and Spin Frame Technologies. Our first company to watch this week is Emo Energy. Emo is a mobility firm that is enabling mass EV adoption. Emo is building the safest and most reliable battery packs for light electric vehicles. Battery pack solutions in the developing world commonly prioritize low-cost solutions over safety, quality, and reliability, thus leading to high failure, low life, and poor range. The reason that I love Emo Energy is Emo has developed a swappable battery pack for 2- and 3-wheel vehicles that allows unmatched safety and 10 times better swap station utilization. You can check out Emo at www.emoenergy.in. Our second company to watch this week is Spin Frame Technologies. Spin Frame Technologies develops vehicle inspection systems based on artificial intelligence, computer vision, and machine learning technologies that create digital twins for vehicles throughout the supply chain and detect anomalies from the assembly line throughout the vehicle journey to the dealership and end customer. The reason that I really like this one is that Spin Frame solutions for both new and used car businesses dramatically improve the customer experience and the operational efficiency across the entire value chain. You can check out more about Spin Frame at www.spinframe.com. So that's it for this week's Future of Automotive segment. If you're an auto tech entrepreneur working on a solution that helps car dealerships, we want to hear from you. We are actively investing out of our new dealer fund. If you're interested in joining our investment club to make direct investments into auto tech and mobility startups, please join. There is no obligation to start seeing our deal flow, and we continue to have attractive investment deals available to our members. And don't forget to check out my book, The Future of Automotive Retail, which is available on Amazon.com. Thank you for tuning into CBT News for this week's Future of Automotive segment, and we'll see you next week.